Dear Santa, it's Robin in Kentucky. I desperately need snow. I know it's October, but I need snow for my snowman video. I'll do better. Just take me off the naughty list, please. You don't need snow for snowmen if you've got craft supplies. I'm Robin, so let's get into DIY number one. For this DIY, I'm using one of these arrow signs from Dollar Tree, two 1-gallon paint stir sticks, and a 6-inch wood round that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. The first thing I do is take the arrow and I am measuring how far I want the arrow to go across the top because this is going to make the top hat portion of our snowman. So I want it just to the edge of the circle, and I just make a line with my pencil and I will cut off the remaining piece. I also cut off the handle portion of the two 1-gallon stir sticks because I want both of those to be nice and straight to form the brim of the snowman's hat. Once I had everything cut down, I'm taking just the top hat portion, tracing on the wood circle how far down I want it to go because I'll be covering from that point down with scrapbook paper. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by today. Subscribers, new folks, welcome, welcome. My name is Robin, and the greatest thing that I love to create during Christmas season is snowmen. So, welcome. I hope you enjoy this video. Now, I am just tracing out my scrapbook paper using the wood circle and going by the mark that I made on the front, because I'm not going to cover the entire front with the paper, just from where his top hat comes down to the bottom. And I'm just using my good old trusty glue stick to do this. You could use Mod Podge, whatever you have. Now for the brim, I'm using a combination of Gorilla Super Glue and hot glue. Hot glue just to give it a chance to set up, for the glue to set up. Once I have that done, I clamp them together with the number sides together. That way they don't show. And I just put that aside for a while to give the glue a chance to set. I then take a piece of 150 grit sandpaper and go around all the edges of the top hat and the brim. This part is totally optional. If you don't like a little distressing, then by all means you can leave this out. But I wanted him to have a little rustic touch to his hat. And y'all know I love my rustic. Now, that little piece of scrapbook paper there on the right-hand side, I do end up attaching that with my glue stick to the bottom of the top hat. So I'm going to put down the top hat first using the Gorilla Super Glue and the hot glue. If you have just discovered my channel, whether through this playlist or wherever, I would invite you to go ahead and click that subscribe button and become part of our crafty crew here on YouTube. We have a very fun and caring community here. I think you'll love it. We help each other, we give each other tips, and this is a great little community that we've built here on YouTube. I just can't say enough about the folks that take the time to comment, like, share, subscribe. I love all y'all. And as most of you know, I'm on a mission to have 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So I would really love it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button and help me reach that goal. Once the glue on the stir sticks had set up, I'm kind of eyeballing it where I want to glue it. And I'm going to attach the brim with the edge, gluing the edge to the bottom of the top hat portion. And there I'm just making sure everything is stuck together well. And I'm trying to make it even, where there's an equal amount of the paint stick sticking out on both sides. And part of it got a little, it didn't adhere really well. So I just go back in with some hot glue and attach that gap there. And I do go back and clean up all the glue strings. So I just run a bead of hot glue underneath the top hat, and then I'm placing down the little brim. This turns out so cute. And actually, I was inspired to create this by something that I saw at the Dollar General. I thought it was so cute. It was a little bigger than this, but I fell in love with it. So that was my inspiration. I found this believe word in my stash. I think it came from Michael's. And all I'm going to do is give it one coat of this antique white acrylic paint. Once that was done, I glued it down with some hot glue. To make him stand up, I'm using these larger Jenga block pieces that I got from the Dollar General, just gluing one to the back and one to the front. To dress up his hat, I took two little pieces of a stem I got from Dollar Tree, glued them down to the brim of his hat. Then I also took some little berries from another pick, glued those down to the center of the greenery, and that's pretty much all there was to this one. I love this piece. I actually love all the DIYs in this video. They all turn out so stinking cute. But I love this piece. You guys will have to let me know what you think about it down in the comments. And is this something that you would like to recreate? Okay, today's video is part of the Everything Merry Open Challenge. The host is Six Kids in a Glue Gun and Lady Red Crafting. And our very special guest host is Rebecca Virginia DIY. The links to their channels and a fantastic playlist will be in my description box below this video. So when you're done watching mine, go check out their channels and the playlist. All right, here we go with DIY number 2. For this DIY, I'm starting out with this plastic bucket that I got from Dollar Tree eons ago. And the first thing I'm going to do is give it a coat of Mod Podge. Now, after I did that and the Mod Podge had completely dried, I'm going to paint it with 2 coats of this antique white apple barrel paint. And I thought that I would use a sponge dabber to apply that paint, so hopefully I wouldn't get any brush strokes and it would just go on a little smoother, because you know how finicky painting plastic can be. Now you can use any kind of bucket that you have. I just thought this would be a great little snowman. Now, me being the impatient type, I did use my heat gun in between coats, and I do have that linked in my Amazon store below if y'all want to check that out. But a happy accident that occurred was that after I used my heat gun, I got a little bit of crackle in there. So that was a happy accident there. Now I am giving him a face using a paint pen, which that's my comfort zone, y'all. Anytime it comes to drawing on faces, anything like that, I prefer to use a paint pen or a Sharpie. So I'm just giving him 2 eyes, coloring those in. And y'all, he was kind of a problem child. I don't know. He turns out cute enough, but he was kind of a problem child. And getting the paint on, um, it went on really well because I did coat the plastic first with the Mod Podge. So I think that helped. Um, and then drying in between coats with my heat gun, like I said, um, that was a little happy accident. I don't think you can see it here, but there are some crackles in the bucket. So that was pretty cool because I wanted him to look kind of rustic. I didn't want him stark white. That's why I went on ahead and painted him the more of the off-white color. I took one of these styrofoam carrots from my Easter stash and put that down with some hot glue. I thought that would give it a little more interest and some definition. And I take this little dotting tool and remove any hot glue that squirted out from underneath it. If you guys haven't picked up one of these dotting tools, they're fantastic. I got mine at Dollar Tree, and it's just really handy for a lot of different things. To give him a bit of rosy cheeks, I took some Parfait Pink Apple Barrel paint and mixed it with some white until I got it to the color that I liked, and just put some on each side of his little face because, it is supposed to be cold outside. Even though it's October and, we're running around 65 to 70 degrees, which isn't exactly the perfect snowman weather, but I'll take that over freezing temperatures any day. So, where you live, has it turned cold yet? I'm curious minds want to know because here in Western Kentucky, we have been in the 70s to near 80 this past week. Now we are in for a big chill this this weekend and this coming week. This coming week we're gonna have lows down the 20s, y'all, and this chick ain't built for that. I'll just tell you. Oh, now I'm going to give him earmuffs, country style. I'm using nautical rope, and to make the little part that's supposed to go over his ear, I took a piece and am rolling it onto itself, just using little dabs of hot glue here and there, not a whole lot. And I just continue to roll that until I get it to the size that I like to go on his ear. I've never seen a snowman with ears, but anyway, this one has got earmuffs because I wanted to leave the bucket open instead of, I could have put a little sock cap on his head or something like that, but I wanted to leave it open, and you'll see why here in just a few minutes. But all I did is use the nautical rope. I made one of those little circles for the other side, then wound the rope around the handle, and like you saw there, attached the little round wound up nautical rope to the other side. To dress it up, I'm using these snowflake stickers. I took a piece of fabric from the Dollar Tree, glued that for his little scarf, and I think he just turns out really, really cute. He's adorable. He's rustic, which is just my style, and I hope you guys enjoy him as much as I do. I styled him two different ways. First way, just using some really pretty greenery, or you can use him to put some candy in it. You could put candy in there, wrap it up in clear wrap, and give it as a gift. Be really cute. All right, DIY number 3, and I think this is my absolute favorite. I'm going to be using one of these mesh stencils that I got from Amazon, and I used another one in my previous video. And for all y'all that are wondering, I have been checking every day, and this particular set is still out of stock. I'm taking one of these medium size candy jars from the Dollar Tree. They're plastic, and I gave it 2 coats of that Rust-Oleum frosted glass spray paint. This stuff is the bomb. I love it. It gives it just a little frosty look to it. So once I had my stencil fuzzed, because these are really sticky, and we do that so that it will not pull up your surface. Anyhow, I'm using the black to cover up all the words and the little mittens over there, using one of the squeegees that came in the kit. Now, I do have in my Amazon store some other of these mesh stencils by this same company. So, in the description box, you can find a link to my Amazon storefront. Go down there and check that out. I wish this set was back in stock, but the last time I checked, it wasn't. I'm using the white paste to go over the little heart there. And because they didn't send me a light color blue, I mixed the blue that they did send me with some white paste and came up with a really pretty lighter color blue. Now, I know this DIY is not technically a snowman, but it gives off all those Christmas and winter vibes. You can leave this up the entire winter season, and I love it. I absolutely love this piece. I didn't have any lights from the Dollar Tree. These are just, I think I got these at Five Below. And I just wound those up, stuck them on the inside, along with some sprigs of greenery. Then I took some of this black and white gingham and covered the edge of the lid to make it tie in with the letters and the mittens. I just thought it looked really cute. And put that on top, and there you go. Isn't that pretty? I absolutely love that. Now, to cover up that handle, I took an ornament from the Dollar Tree, took the cap off, but the opening wasn't big enough to fit on that little top of the lid. So, very carefully using a box cutter, you could also use an X-Acto knife, I cut it just big enough to where it would go down over that little plastic handle, being very careful not to crack it or anything like that. Now, once I got it on there, I didn't want to risk taking it off and, you know, cracking it or damaging it. So I just raised it up and attached it down using some hot glue. And it's so cute, y'all. I absolutely love it. I can't say it enough. I love this piece. I think it may be my favorite. I put down a couple more pieces of that greenery from that stem I've been cutting off, a couple of these little white berries, and oh my goodness, look at that. You guys be sure to let me know what you think about this one. It's just so pretty. So pretty. And like I said, it can stay all winter long. Okay, here we go with DIY number 4, this cute little snowman couple. I don't know if you found these. These are mini candy jars that I just happened to run up on in the party section at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to give these 2 coats of white Waverly chalk paint, but first I'm going to wipe them off using some rubbing alcohol to get any grease, dirt, that kind of stuff. So here I am. I'm giving it one good coat, not real heavy, not real light, just kind of a middle of the road coat. And I do this to both pieces. Now, once the first coat had dried completely, I took some clear matte spray and I sprayed them down because, as you know, sometimes when you go to put on a second coat of chalk paint on plastic or glass, the paint will lift up. And I really didn't want that to happen. So I gave it a, a spray of clear coat matte finish. Once that was done and they were both dry, it's time to dress them up. Now, for the little girl, Mrs. Snowman, I cut a piece of scarf from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to make her a little beanie hat. So I'm folding up part of it just enough to be the little brim there. And hot glue was just fine to attach that down. Then I placed it where I wanted it on top of her head. Now I'm using the bottom of the little canister as the top part because later on we are going to put some LED votives in the bottom on the lid. I hope it's not too confusing. So as you see here, this went on really easy, just little dabs of hot glue and on a low setting because remember, this is plastic and we don't want to melt anything. But you guys let me know, do you like decorating with snowmen? I do. I like snowmen. I really like, things that are rustic. I'm kind of just all over the place. But when it comes to crafting during the Christmas and winter season, I absolutely love to DIY snowmen. That's my favorite. So I want to know what kind of snowman fans do I have out there? If you love decorating with snowmen, leave me a snowman emoji in the comments. Or if you don't have emojis, you can just type out the word snowman. Let me know. I want to know how many snowmen lovers are out there. Now, once I got the little hat attached, as you saw there, I stuffed it with a piece of paper towel. You could stuff it with some batting. That's just what I had on my table, so I just crammed it down in there. I took my scissors after I'd gathered up the top and made it, like a little fake pom pom, and tied some ribbon around it, made a bow. Oh, I wish I'd stayed in my comfort zone and used my marker, but no, I had to try to get fancy and use a paintbrush. And I'll just tell y'all, I'm hard on my brushes, and these brushes aren't that great. But I decided, Robin, you can do this. You can go in and paint this face using a paintbrush, and it'll be all right. Part of her turns out all right, but her nose, not so much. So her mouth, so far so good. Turns out pretty cute, just using some dots there with the end of my paintbrush. Now, because I like a little darker orange for the noses, I'm using this Deco Art Spiced Pumpkin and the tiniest little paintbrush that I have to try to paint in her nose. Like I said, my brushes aren't that great. My bristles, they're kind of, they're not good. I really need to invest in a good brush. But I just the nose, it just didn't suit me. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it looked. So she ends up getting a nose job. Yep, I redid it. A lot better. Gave her some rosy cheeks. And now I'm just going to put some highlights in her eyes. But yeah, that nose had to go. The first go round, I absolutely hated that nose. So I painted over it and redid it. Yeah, no more paintbrushes for me. I'm staying in my comfort zone from now on and using my paint pens and markers. Now, what I'm using here is a little brush that come out of some liquid eyeliner that I got from the Dollar Tree. All I wanted it for was the brush. It's tiny. And if I'd had a brain in my head, I would have used that to paint her nose a while ago. But check this out. I even mess up her eyelashes with this. I should have left it right there, but no, I had to go back. And now it looks like she's got on way too much mascara on those eyelashes, y'all. But she ends up cute. I mean, you live and learn, and it's just crafting. But anywho, now on to Mr. Snowman. This hat I've had in my stash. I got it from Dollar General. I love that red and white stripe. So he gets his top hat just glued to the bottom of the little canister. He's adorable. I stayed in my comfort zone this time. No, I didn't. Look at me. I lied. I'm using a brush again and did his nose. But I just went for it, said, Robin, you going to do this. I could have sworn I used a paint marker. Oh, well. His nose turns out cute. He didn't have to have no nose job. So now I'm going back in with my paint marker and giving him the eyebrows and a cute little mouth, like he's kind of grinning at, Mrs. Snowman. They make a really cute couple. These are adorable. If y'all find these little mini canisters, definitely pick them up. These were sitting in an odd spot. Like, I mean, they were in the party section, but just odd. I just happened on them. For the little lid, I have this red and white twine that I got from Hobby Lobby. And so I just wrapped that around the bottom. And for Mrs. Snowman, I took another piece of that scarf and look at him lit up. I put a LED votive from the Dollar Tree down in the bottom there. And he is just adorable. They're both adorable. I absolutely love all of these snowman DIYs today. My favorite though is still the Let's Get Cozy. That medium size candy canister is just perfect. I love it. the little bucket with the little earmuffs. He's adorable. Look at the couple. Aren't they cute? You guys be sure to let me know what your favorite is. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment. I love reading your comments. And until next time, y'all go get your craft on. Bye. For even more Christmas inspiration that I know you'll love, check out the video that I popped up on your screen, and I'll meet you over there. Or to subscribe, click on the image on the right.